MSNBC went with a more diplomatic. Um, he closed his eyes. They wouldn't call it sleep, but then, of course, the opinion folks had a lot more fun with it. So, it's what it is. And I just thought of something, and I want you to think about this. As a criminal defendant, and I'm not sure how long a court date is. I mean, we know that they're there from morning to night, but I'm not sure how much time they're actually under a judge. But Trump has got to be on his best behavior in front of a judge who can call him out at any given time. And he's got the entire world watching. Think about it. When he was a president, he could go ahead and do an appearance and go away for 2 hours, take a nap, whatever you do in your downtime. He literally, in every court case that he has, this one being the first in New York in the hush money trial, he will actually have eyes on him the entire time. I will tell you, it's different. I mean, I can imagine normal criminal defendants do this all the time, but they're not as high profile. Does he realize that his every move, everything he does, will be reported on, and anything that is less than stoic and strong will open them up for ridicule. We probably shouldn't be making fun of people, because we are adults now. But it's the same. But the ridicule that he's facing is the ridicule that he would deliver to someone else if they did the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. Also, John, I'm sure you've been in courtrooms more than I have. Not for your own sake, I'm just saying, generally speaking. But it can be very mundane, especially if you're there for a long time. It can be super mundane, and I assume it's easy to nod off. But at the end of the day, I just want the same coverage to be had. Joe Biden, who I think, like, they were talking about him going to sleep early as if it was like the end of his presidency, and here's a guy who in the middle of the morning basically is nodding off during his own criminal trial. But besides that point, I think it's as fascinating as we thought last week. Remember, John, I said it last week, and I'll say it again here. I think, me included, I downplayed this case, not because of the severity of it, because all the stuff just means more to me. This doesn't mean as much to me. Granted, he should face consequences if found guilty, of course. But the other stuff really, I felt, was done to me. The January 6th, all that stuff was done to me as an American. In this case, was more there's a victim and stuff, but I don't feel as personal there. But this is fascinating to me because he's gonna be in the news for the rest of his life, whether he wins or doesn't win. I can't imagine, and we talked about it a little bit last week. Granted, we just recorded a few days ago, so it's just still in the news. But I can't imagine any sort of candidate for any political office, especially the highest one, is going to sit there and act like this is a good thing. The pictures of him look awful. Him falling asleep looks awful. The judge going at him, the judge threatened him and said, if you talk to jurors, I'm going to... the judge does not like him by a long shot. And look, I'm not saying he's being not objective, but it's pretty clear the judge is going to hold him to a standard, hopefully. And this is going on while Joe Biden is in Pennsylvania campaigning, or while Kamala Harris is in Arizona campaigning. So these are just all net wins for us, and we got to continue to capitalize off it. But the fact that the former president is on trial, I really wish... John, let me ask you this question. I understand maybe no TV cameras. Why aren't they allowed to take photos during? I know there was some photos, but shouldn't there be nonstop photos?